That... I am angry. I am angry. That should not have been a 3-0 deck. That should not have been a 3-0 deck. There was a few... There were definitely mistakes on my part. I'm not going to deny that. Well, we're relearning. That's why we call this relearning. That's why we call this relearning. Oh my god. That feels bad, though. That feels real bad. Alright. No, that feels so bad I'm going to go back there again and do it right. That feels so bad I'm going back in there and doing it right. I don't care that I have to pay with gems instead. Alright. Deep breaths. This has to be a beater. It deals with our land problem. It gives us both plains and forests. And it, like, stops us with other stuff. Plus, it's a 4-mana 4-4. 4-mana 4-4 is alright good body. Alright. You go to bed, man. Alright, see you later. I can't let myself end there. Alright. This is a removal. This is white removal. It's in the colors that we already want to be, and it's removal. Let's get some white in there. Alright. So this involves us playing a lot of +1/+1 counters, which I can't guarantee. Good night. Alright. This is just a 2-mana 2/2. I think that's our best body, and it fits our colors. Yep. Vastwood Fortifications. We've learned that this isn't actually, like, a bad tap land is still a bad card. We've figured that out. This seems like it can be a win condition, just being that's a 4/4, and it like could tap down their bigger blocking threats. So I think we go with Mankindiox, but Dauntless Survivor shouldn't be underestimated. Vastwood Fortification, we just learned, isn't good enough, basically. Marissa Spratling, 3-mana 3/3. Here's the important part. 3-mana 3/3. That's the important part. Ignore all of their text. 3-mana 3/3. We just picked a 3-mana 3/3. This is removal. This is removal. Gotta remember, Rabid Bite's removal. We made that mistake last time. Let's not make it this time. Alright, we only have one warrior so far. Scythecat is a warrior that gets bigger. I think the Banneret is a way to spend mana, and it's also an early drop. Alright. Blightblade is a Death Toucher. I think it's an early drop. I like that. The 3/3 should not be underestimated, though. Hey, a draw. A draw. Draw. I don't like Strength of Solidarity. Do not believe that's going to be good. Let's grab the Broken Wings. Have one in the sideboard. That's how much I don't trust Strength of Solidarity. This is how much I don't trust Strength of Solidarity. We'll have that in case we need just some big 7/5 beater. Alright. So here's the theme. This card is a 6/6. In a set that basically the biggest creature is a 5/4. That being said, we have Vastwood Surge as well. So which is more impactful, the Vastwood Surge or the Cragplate Baloth? This is honestly hard. This is honestly... This deals with our... I mean, this already deals with our land problems. This just emphasizes it. Yeah, this thing lacks trample. This thing lacks trample. I see no way... How does it lack trample? And it turns our other creatures into much bigger and scarier creatures while dropping lands from Mankindiox. It has to be Vastwood Surge. Sorry, Cragplate. I don't think it's good enough. Not versus Vastwood Surge. It comes in one turn earlier. And, like, yes, you could kick it into a 10/10. Actually, hold up. You could kick it into a 10/10. We have a Yasharn. We'll try the rare. We'll try the rare. But that was a... I could be wrong there. Alright, 4-mana 3/4, but here's the big part. It has flying. It has flying. Alright. This is also a removal. That's also pretty good. So let's see. We need more removals. That's definitely an issue we're running into. But then again, we also need more fly. We need some flying stuff. So that's pretty... That is a solution to flying. I do appreciate that. We are kind of saying we're a control deck, so I think Smite the Monstrous is probably going to come in more often. I mean, it's a removal spell. It's an instant speed removal spell. And between these two, this one's more likely to board back around than the other one. Nahiri's Binding or another Vastwood Surge. We definitely want the Vastwood Surge. Alright. Every land enters battlefield, it gets +1/+1 counter and gains flying until end of turn. So that's our damage if we want to go damage output. This is also a finisher. Yeah. Let's look at the curve of our deck, because we're pretty heavy already. Yeah, we're pretty heavy already. I do appreciate being kind of heavy already. Target creature you control gains indestructible, but he does not have flash. Alright. Let's go with the Mankindi Stampede, because this could be a... This is a tap land that might be good. This is also a finisher, eventually. You know what? This is a body that gets bigger and becomes a finisher. I think I'll go with the Fledgling here. Alright. This thing is actually a big, scary creature. This thing is going to get us through. This is a cycle that slows them down. Do we care about slowing them down? Yeah, I think we care about slowing them down. I think we win in the late game, kind of. Sure. We'll put a pressure point in here. Mature land in my hand, but I want to play lands, not another Smite the Monstrous, another removal. Alright, we're adding white, we're getting all the removal. We're smiting the monstrous monsters. And we're getting some 2-drops along the way. We're not getting equipment, so... I don't think... So, it has to be a war... So, it can equip... So, this is just target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. The other half of it does nothing. So, I think we actually want the spare supplies. Alright. Enter weights. Yeah, I think we grab the adventure... Dauntless Unity or Adventure Awaits. We could grab a utility knife so that we can start using the warriors properly. Yeah, this is just 2-mana draw card. I don't think this card is... Well, it draws the right creature. That's probably the thing. It's a filter. Trying to think, does Dauntless Unity have space in the deck? I'll grab that for now. Yep, and this boarded around, so I do appreciate that. What color, if we split, is going to be most likely? Red, apparently. Alright. Bloodbeck Seagate Banneret, another early drop. Mankindiox. Nice. Mamara Masa. You know what? Let's put it in, see how it works. So this is an instant speed, and it's a double buff, which is huge. This makes us threatening. I think we win in threatening already. Like, this deck already has all of its late game. It's trying to figure out what else it does. I mean, this is a removal. This is removal. Oh man, Hagra's Mauling. That's a good card, but we can't fit it. More removal. More removal. Ooh, 2-mana 2/3 that helps us drop lands. I'll look around, but I don't think anything else beats that. Adventure of Weights is not good enough. Alright, apparently this card wasn't good if it's cycled all the way through. It's still a 1-drop for us, and it's a 1-drop that... So here's the problem with this card. This is the problem I figured out. To basically commit to tapping to put the +1/+1 counter, basically commits to you being 1 mana behind at all times. Also not attacking with it. That combination is a combination that, well, leaves you behind. That being said, this is not a deck where behind is the issue. The deck, it's making it there is the issue. So I think this is where this card sees better play. Seagate Bannerites might be the cards that get thrown back. Yeah. Alright. Nectar Pot. We'll have a Dauntless Unity in the sideboard in case we decide we need it. We decide we are actually more aggressive than I thought we were. Twice the number of creatures in your party. The problem is it's not like 1 plus the number of creatures, it's twice the number of creatures. So if the number is 0, you're out of luck. Alright. As long as it's not your turn. So this is a 2-3 on block and a 2-1 on attack. And often, I'm fine attacking with a 2-1. Like, trading is fine, and then doing better is, well, better. I think we have our removal taken care of. I think we have our late game taken care of. Let's look at this deck. Yeah, look at... We can knock out a McKindy Ox, even. Yeah. Our late game's taken care of. We don't really have much to... The Muramasa Sproutling really is just a... Oh, it could bring back the Vastward Surge! Ooh! So yeah. Let's look at... So those are 2 good 2-drops. Or 2 good 1-drops. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need more 2-drops. We need more 2-drops. Alright. Has lifelink, has land control, cleric, doesn't matter, it's a 2-mana 2-2, with vigilance even, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Alright. Kabiharu Outrider, or Allied Assault. So I definitely think Allied Assault's better than Might of Muramasa, I just don't think this card's seen play, though. Yeah, we need 17 lands in this deck, definitely. So what other 2 cards get dropped is basically the question. 14 creatures, 11 non-creatures, so it's a non-creature. Pressure Point just cycles itself, it doesn't really do too much for us. I think it's the Broken Wings. We have 2 smites for dangerous things. We have a flyer here. We have an attacking flyer there. We have a lifelinker. Yeah. Definitely could punish us, but Broken Wings can also not do anything in some fights. So that's our deck right now. We'll grab the Allied Assault in case we need to go aggressive. Because, yeah, here's the thing. Now all that we have left is we figure out, do we end up going aggressive? We have enough cards on the side to basically say, okay, guess we go aggressive now. Alright. So we could just suddenly switch into a aggro deck if we need to, is what I'm saying. Scale the Heights is actually really useful with this deck. And yeah, we can build an aggro deck if that ends up being necessary. Alright. So let's look at this. So 41 cards, and we want to drop one because of that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up. Is it the spare supply? No, I think the spare supplies is very important to us right now. Might be the Fearless Fledgling, because we don't really go... Our win conditions are over here, not here. So this is our control deck. Then if we want to go aggro, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards to add into the deck. Make that 10. We have 10 cards to add to the deck if we want to turn this aggressive. But right now we're going to try controlling, see how that works out. If it doesn't, we knock out the Shepherd of Heroes, I got the Crack Plate, we basically turn this all, we grab in the Sea Gates, turn this very fast, and try to wreck that way. Let's do this properly this time. Let's actually get a win. Alright. Really disappointed in myself last run. Really disappointed in myself. I can play better. That deck should have been better, and if the fact that it isn't tells me that there's something I don't understand. It definitely didn't have much removal, but we managed last time without removal. But we played a lot more tempo-oriented. This one has enough removal. We have a smite, we have a... Yep. Opponent goes first, that's okay. We have a 2-3 into it. We have a 2-3 into another 2-3. Yeah. You also have landfall triggers with this guy. That's pretty cool. But I don't think that's as important as just being a 2... This is a 2-mana 2-3 with Vigilance. That's the most important part about this card. The fact that it has other stuff like ramping is also cool. And the fact that it also has some sort of landfall bonus is just also cool. Alright. Copy with planes. Copy that, sir. I think one of the big issues is I just choose a color, and I lock into that color. Also, I played planes instead of a forest there. That's also an issue. I was supposed to play the Root Grazer, as you may have expected. I just played the wrong card. Can't attack into that. But yeah, 1-4 is a great way to just hold off the enemy. And this is why that 4-4 stat block is huge. Also, by the way, this is going to give us a forest and plains, which is going to get us basically all the land drops we need. Which is going to be awesome. Alright. Just one other warrior attack. Do I want to trade the Root Razor with this Paratactician? I think it's actually a fine idea. Nah, I think we just play Yasharn and... Yeah, we're just gonna play Yasharn. Forest, Plains. Submit 2. And yep, we can now we can tap this, turn it into more forests. We can double block the Paratactician if he ends up getting a Hasting Warrior with it somehow. Also, we could smite the Monstrous once it gets buffed. Yeah, the fact that we can attack with Yasharn, if he buffs one of his creatures, we could smite it. Oop, really quick. From your hand onto the battlefield. Alright. Let's see, now these have flash. So, I like playing Dauntless to buff the Yasharn even more. Ooh, I know. We'll play the Dauntless. To actually buff the Root Razor. And that will allow us to smite the 4-3. And then we attack him with Yasharn and Root Razor. So you could double block the Murasa Root Razor to get through, or you could double block the Yasharn. Either way, he's losing a good body in the process. Yep. Is he double blocking? Alright. Well, either he has a buff, or we kill the Paratactician. And like this 1-4 is not coming in anytime soon. We're gaining a flying that gives us 4 life. Yep. And we've been having this 4-4 and all the board clears we need. Yeah. So I do like that Spare Supplies acting as recovery. Alright. Shepherd of the Heroes. Get a bunch of life. Definitely swinging with you. Just keep taking the hits. I'm happy with that. We have a 3/4 to block the Night Runner. If he attacks with the Night Runner, I'm assuming he has a buff. I'm just going to triple block it. Because I think there's an Infuriate, which will give it +3/+2. And he's like, aha! Kill the Shepherd of Heroes and don't die in the process. Well, he could only kill the Shepherd of Heroes, really. And... well, actually... I'll just bunt with the Messelinks. If you want, it's 1-for-1 trade with an Infuriate. Gets out of his hand, and my Shepherd of Heroes can keep going. If you do, draw a card. So here's the question. Do I keep attacking with Implacable Earth and just let it double trade? Like it does 2-for-1. Or do I let the Shepherd of Heroes do its job and just attack from the air? Leave my creatures up to block. No kickers? No kicks. So here's the thing. I'm going to attack with both because he is encouraged to use combat tricks if he has any, which leaves them available for Smite the Monstrous. If the buff is big enough to... like, if he gets +2/+2 to the Night Runner, then it gets big enough that the Smite the Monstrous triggers properly. And yeah, if he double blocks, I'm okay trading Yasharn for a 2-for-1. And if he buffs so it's not a 2-for-1, then we just Smite the Monsters and it's still a 2-for-1. Which is really nice. I'll kill this one first. Alright, let's see if he actually has the buff. Oh my god. But it's just... the buff wasn't enough. I still got ruined in that trade. Nothing with kicker, but do we want the Spratling play? Like, if we play the Spratling, we don't actually add any more pressure to the board, is the problem. So we're just going to not play the Spratling right now. Because we're still not attacking him with the other two. He could still punt with the Core Celebrant. Because of Shepherd of Heroes, we win the board stall, so might as well just stall the board. Alright, we can Oblivion that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is enough for the Vastwood Surge. Let's just make sure that War Leader's not in there, not here. And we can Smite the Monsters and any other threats. And we win in 4 turns through Shepherd of Heroes if we just lock this board out. He does have the card advantage, but if we get Vastwood Surge, we win the game. Alright, the Celebrants are gaining him life, but not sure how long that's going to last for him. We'll save that for any landfall, because now we have enough for Vastwood Surge. Yeah, we'll end the turn for now. Hopefully we don't need to Smite the Monsters this turn. Huh. Just deep breaths. I think what's happening is I'm just, like, not... all the adrenaline is causing me to not think clearly, which is what was happening in the last draft. Ugh. Also, yeah, just getting that first pick and deciding that is my deck now is not always a good idea. It's probably a really bad idea that I just have a habit of doing too often. This is part of learning the draft. We're about to figure out if Menkindi Ox is a good card. Alright, how much damage was that? Alright, so it's always 4 damage removal. That's actually pretty cool. And nothing here has kicker. Nope. Let's keep it going. Just slow and steady wins the race. The thing is, he has 4 cards in hand and he's not playing them, which is really worrying me about what those cards might be. I know I'm wondering if they're lands. I got myself to 8 lands because that's the biggest thing I need to play. Ace. Alright. So we're gonna let him attack in, feeling overconfident with attacking with multiple themes because of overconfidence. Now we smite. There we are. Feels better. Alright, so here's the thing. I don't think we buff the Shepherd until next turn. Because, if he has he might have a Smite the Monstrous in his hand. Alright, so now we're in a board stall. I think the way we beat that board stall is by bringing Marasa Sproutling and Dauntless Survivor Trent into a 4/4. Start pumping in. I mean, then he just trades with a 2/1. Nothing that has kicker into this? Nope. On the turn there. I just realized I actually have a 10/10, so we do want that additional land. I should play an additional land. Alright, just until end of turn, so I'll take 5 damage. Yep. Can't kick this yet. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can't kick this yet, unfortunately. It has hexproof, which is very important for winning this fight. Alright. We're gonna kill the warrior, both because he seems to have good warrior synergy, and 2 because that actually threatens me more. But yeah, Crackbait Baloth is now big enough to actually start winning us the game. Shepherd of Heroes, nice. I think he's planning to... So he's going to have to keep chump blocking the Baloth. And then we can Rabid Bite with it later. If only this thing had Trample. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he doesn't have enough to kill it if he wanted. With these, we can now have Vastward Surge and Rabid Bite if we wanted to. But that hexproof really makes this guy impenetrable, basically. Wow. I'm gonna wait to Rabid Bite the Shepherd when it attacks next. Yep, he's gonna buff his creatures. Or if he wants, he can buff his creatures. He has the more aggressive deck. We have the more controlling one. I wonder if he's going to buff defensively instead of offensively. Yeah, he has to buff defensively, so... Wait! Oh, rapid buff. Oh, sorcery speed. That was my misunderstanding. I didn't realize that was sorcery speed. I thought that was a... I thought that was an instant. Alright. Well. Didn't realize that was sorcery speed. Well, we have all our lands. But we have cards that reward us for having all our lands. Alright. So if he starts attacking with these, we double block the Seagate Banneret, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's getting close to double buffing with Seagate Banneret. But he's not there yet. And we're gonna pop him before he can. I'm going to attack with a Mesa Lynx because he wants to chump trade with the Core Celebrant. Oh, he can buff with a Seagate Banneret. What am I thinking? That's the trade we're looking for. That was the trade we're looking for. Because I want that Banneret off the field. I don't care about this Core Celebrant. I do not care. Yep. Okay, so the Baloth was the correct pick over the Vastwood Surge, I think. Okay. Okay. Glad to hear that was actually good. But yeah, it looks like our more controlling style was a working style. Alright. Made a few misplays again. Definitely made a few misplays with the Mesa Link and stuff like that, but nonetheless. Oh, and also the Rapid Bite being sorcery speed, not instant speed. But nonetheless, we finished. We finished out strong. Alright. We have Dauntless Survivor into Scale the Heights. I go first, so I go 2-drop. I have 2-drop into a 3-drop into a possible 4-drop. Oops, as long as Scale the Heights draws me a land. I like it. I like it. And we could show only green for a while so that they have no idea what our secondary color is. And that helps hide information, which makes it easier for us to play. Because we know that we're playing green for Dauntless Survivor. Alright. Gosh, was this the reason our other deck was winning? This and the other... Yeah, we had a lot of card advantage in the last game. That was the theme. We had card advantage in that last one, so we were the control deck. And that last time with Nissa, we actually didn't have the card advantage. I think that's why we kept losing. Alright, this is a sorcery speed, so we have to do it now. Yeah, which one do I want to play first? Yasharn or the Shepherd of Heroes? Alright. So this will gain me 4 life. I think I actually start by attacking with my Dauntless Survivor. There we are. Let's see. Yeah, if this is a threat he will never be able to block. This is a threat he can block immediately. And I do not care about that additional 2 health of playing the Dorgoth Visionary first. This does thin my deck, though. Gotta consider that. Discards 2 cards. Darn it. I think we still go with Yasharn because the tempo is so strong. Yep. I'm okay with attacking with both. Again, Dauntless Survivor, if it trades with a 3-2, that's a happy trade. Submit 2. Awesome. And we play the planes so that we hold up threats of pump spells. Yeah. It's a pretty interesting life gain deck, but with Yasharn in play, numbers change. That being said, we're drawing way too many lands. We have been drawing way too many lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Alright, he has to start chumping with for Yasharn. He can do it while losing the Blight Priest, and that's all I want. That's all I care about. Alright, so then I'll kill the Blight Priest, followed by the Expedition Healer. I want to make sure the Blight Priest dies first. Yep. Alright. So the Dauntless Survivor holding back basically just prevents him from gaining life. The creature gains indestructible. Alright, so he makes an indestructible 2/2. And I'd rather just lose the 2 damage than lose my Dauntless Survivor due to some combat trick that I didn't see coming. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Sorcery speed. And we're just going to attack with both. Because now we're a big scary monster that is threatening lethal with 3 hits. He does get to smite the monstrous now, but I think he would have used that on Yasharn if he had it. Yeah, if he double blocks, I'm okay with that. He's going to triple block just for security measures, I bet. Yep, that's fine. Alright. We kept it alive. Good for him. So he has a life swing of 4, I have a life swing of 5. Alright, he has a life swing of 5, but I have more I have the bigger creature, so let's see, sacrifice another creature, put a +1/+1 counter. Alright. Do I want to kill the Shadow Cat? Or the Expedition Healer? I mean, I know I win the race with the Expedition Healer. At least I think I do. Let's see. Try and math it out. Yeah, if he starts drawing cards... But I mean, I'm not going to kill the Shadow Cat, so I think... We'll just kill it for a safety measure. Because I just don't want to take risks. I think we just win the late game, so I think we leave up to block now. Because we win the control fight. Because he can't attack. He cannot attack in. If I draw another creature, I'll of course start swinging in again. Oof. This is becoming a weird fight. The life gain's actually starting to attrition away at me. Nope, I don't care about that. That's a good card. For in case he gets too big. Alright. Nothing I can do about that. We're taking a bunch of damage that I don't want to be taking. But there's nothing I can really do about it right now. I just have to hold on and use the spare supplies to get myself through. I think we've drawn through most of our deck, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've drawn 11 of 17 lands. 12, I think. Alright. Hold up. And we actually still have the money for Smite the Monstrous, or the mana for it. Alright, we put him back on the clock. Thank goodness. Knew holding the line would pay off in the end for us. We have the Vastwood Surgeon here. Alright. We start by attacking with a Shepherd of Heroes. Then we kick this. And we'll end our turn here. Whew. So yeah, we're basically drawing through our entire deck of lands. Yeah, I have 10 forests. I have 5 of each, so... Ah, come on. If I attack with all, he just starts jump blocking. I'll attack with the Vigilance. Because I don't see how he kills it easily. Probably should have waited one turn to smite the monsters properly, but... Again, the auto tapper. If I was paying attention, I could have actually left 2 planes up. That I could tap this to put a land, and here he's binding. Yep. That would just kill. And that felt good. Alright. He's at 1 health. Well, in the turn there. You know, I could... Yeah, I could use the Root Grower to actually put this plains back in my hand. Yeah. Looks like we are very often playing, like, too many... We're drawing too many lands, but this deck, that's okay. And that's the awesome thing about this deck. That makes it consistent. If you draw too many lands and still be okay. And that's why I was hoping the tap lands would be really good, because they are drawing too many lands and being okay by nature, because they are lands that are okay to draw with too many lands. Turns out that means they have to be okay in that said situation, which, you know, the fight cards, that's good there. That 6 mana they lose 4, you gain 4, that's good there. But the 1 mana get +1/+1, not very. The 3 mana or the 1 mana you lose 2 life and reanimate a creature, So I think that's the issue that I keep running into. That's what I've been grabbing, and they're the ones that aren't good. Alright. I mean, we go Mesa-Links into spare supplies. I really do not like milling in this format. We have a Smite the Monstrous in hand. All we need to do is draw a forest, and we have our colors taken care of. I don't think we have any card that costs double green, so we're good to just hide that forest until he forces us to play it. Alright. We have a nice little 2-1. Or should I say, a perfect blocker for the Blood Priest. I wonder what inspired that other guy to do a full cleric deck. Usually attrition doesn't work. Like, that sort of attrition doesn't work in Limited, because you need a lot of pieces, and you just need some big... How do I explain this? You need characters that have more than 4 toughness. You need people with like 6 or 7 toughness for that to work out. Alright. So I can't attack in. Doesn't matter, the Mesa-Links is happy not attacking in. Man, we love our lands, don't we? We love our lands. I need to go check the math on the lands, because I think we have too many. Yeah, I really need to go check the math on the lands. Alright. I really should have sacked that supplies before I drew, so I could actually play that Root Grazer this turn, in case you're wondering. Alright. Well, he Blood Chiefs Thirst that instead of the Root Grazer, so I'm happy. Thought Fate. That's a scary one. And what's worse is that's a scary one that I can't Rapid Bite away or anything like that. Yet. I have to get a bigger creature before I can Rapid Bite that away. I mean, it's a 2/3. Punts with ya. Yep, Malakir Rebirth. Could have actually used that on the Blood Priest, but I think he needed the land, which is why he did it like that. This Root Razor is going to help us dump all these lands stuck in our hand, but... What do you just mill? Land and Rapid Bite. Man, look at these lands, man. Look at these lands. I could Rapid Bite this. I can't even attack in. But I could stop this from attacking in, at least. Leave this as a blocker, then once it's about to die, I tap it and drop another forest. But yeah, look. We are getting too many lands. Now, our deck is okay with too many lands, but this is still... This is excessive. This has been excessive. Alright, we're not burning yet. He burned my Yasharn! No! Alright. So now, we put land from my hand onto the battlefield. And we're going to just smite this guy on my turn. So I don't have to deal with that. I think we honestly just journey that 2/3 so it doesn't become an issue later. And we board lock. He is out of cards. Unless he starts aggressively attacking. He's stuck like I am. And we have shown that our deck is better when stuck. Kind of bad that both Rapid Bites and Yasharn are already down in the bin. But that Deliberate will help him get to the cards he needs. So that's going to be a little unfortunate. Deliberate is a good card for the situations like this. And got one top, which means he found a card that helps him in this situation. That's the only reason you would do something like that. Alright, a Death-Touching Rogue. That makes sense. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, 5 of each. Man. This ain't good. This ain't good. Doesn't help when you draw 10 lands. Make that 11. No, we did not play the Yasharn. So we just naturally drew 11 lands. We just naturally drew 12 lands. He also milled 2. He also milled 2. This is the most damage I can block while effect. Alright. Well, I mean, if we draw 13 lands, that's not really our fault. As much as it is our deck just deciding for us what's going to happen. Yeah, we need to look at our land to non-land ratio, because... Or it's just that we're drawing all our lands, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if we have 17, like I'm expecting to, then there's only 3 lands in this entire 17-card deck. And that doesn't seem feasible, which means we actually have the mana count wrong, and I didn't realize it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He has lethal on board. By that, I mean he has lethal should we not have a solution. Alright, he's going Blood Chief's Thirst if I don't attack, and if I attack, he's going to swing in for lethal anyways. So it's better to force him to Blood Chief's Thirst. That way I can smite the monsters, the Highborn. And I think we're still dead here. But yeah. Land draws, man. I need to look, because I think we have 19 lands in this. If we have 17 lands, this is ridiculous. If we have 19 lands, suddenly this is starting to make a little bit more sense, but it's still ridiculous. Yep. And we didn't play a Vastwood Surge, and we didn't play a Yasharn. So we just naturally drew 12 lands. We naturally drew 12 lands, people. That's... So if you're wondering why that was a defeat, that was just naturally drawing 12 lands. How many lands are in this deck? 17. 17. That's the amount of lands you're supposed to have in a deck. This is perfectly... No, we just naturally drew 12 lands in a 17-land deck. Alright. Whatever. Alright. Sinbad Jax. I go first. I do not have any green. I have to mulligan. Alright. And we're throwing back the Journey into Oblivion, I think? Yeah, because it's very expensive. We want the tempo with the Dauntless Survivors and the Rabid Bite. And we want the recovery, the land recovery that is Yasharn. I think between having 2 bears and a 3/3 and a 1/1, I think the latter is better. Especially since we have a Rabid Bite coming up with them. Definitely not an easy choice. But I think the right choice. Yeah, I think I want him to invest more into that before I Rabid Bite it. And I really like just attacking him for 3 this turn. Next turn I can play Yasharn, keep my lands flowing, and then I can Rabid Bite with Yasharn, which means I am just tempoing out against him. The Dauntless Survivor was my weak turn, and then we just get a Yasharn into everything. Alright, to do flyer. That's fine. We attack for more damage, and he's not blocking with that Fearless Fledgling. So he's swinging in for 2, and we're swinging back for 3. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Fissure Wizard. Alright, if he wants to double block the Dauntless Survivor, I am happy to take it. Can't pay life or sacrifice permanents to cast spells. I don't think there's many that do either, unfortunately. I mean, there's that black one, but in red-white, I don't think that's a theme. Alright. He had too many lands. Alright, sir. You want to trade with the Dauntless Survivor? Go right ahead. I'll 2-for-1 you. Alright. Now you made the correct decision. Alright, submit 2. Next turn I could Rabid Bite the Fledgling, so it doesn't get any bigger. And then I just smack in again. Oh, you didn't even have lands, I'm sorry. That doesn't save you. Sir, that does not save you. Yep. Alright. He was not ready for the 4/4. That, I feel kind of sorry for him, though. Hey, we're silver ranked. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice to get into silver. But yeah, we figured it out. We have a lot more removal in this set, in this game, so we're figuring it out. And yeah, it's kind of funny. We're drawing all the lands, and yet it's not being an issue. Like, most of our turns, we're playing a land. Vast majority of turns, we're playing lands. Alright, Forest, Plains, into double land with Muramasa, Root Grazer, into Yasharn. Turn 3 Yasharn. That sounds great. The Root Grazer is around. He's even going to help us get to a turn 6. Definitely like going first over going second, but if we're going... But we can manage. This is a slower hand. It's okay. We're playing the Plains first so we don't mess up and double Plains again. 2, 3. Alright, so he had to mulligan once. That's positive for us. So we have card advantage. I just want to be clear, because second player always has the card advantage push. That's good. So that was already something we were leaning into. Then he had to mulligan. So we have an additional card advantage push. He is red. Chances are he's going to be aggressive. Yep, he is red, green landfall. We now have a Rapid Bite and Colony Ambush. For now, I'm going to stay on curve. Go into attack, tap, play Yasharn to deal with this threat. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna tap him. Submit 1. And play Yasharn. Then we have a Rabid Bite into a... we have a Colony Ambush. We have a Rabid Bite on this into a Colony Ambush on this. Alright. I'm thinking he does not have a buff if he has to play like that. Alright. So we're going to start with the Rabid Bite. Here to here. Alright. Then play Plains. Do I scale the heights and put a +1/+1 counter on this guy to make sure he's unkillable? Because if we call in the ambush, we might die in a trade anyways. Unless we call him... Alright. I'm attacking with Yasharn, seeing if he needs to double block. Alright. Yep, just make sure they don't get any bigger. And then, yeah, next turn, I might not be able to block with this, but I could tap drop the forest, scale the heights. And he only has a brush fire. Alright, so he's trying to get back in tempo. Chant permanent. Oh, it's only creatures and planeswalkers. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we have a freaking Nari's Binding. We're not in any trouble. Also, we're the monster here. We're the ones that, despite his early Brushfire Elemental on turn 2, like his turn 2 tempoed Brushfire Elemental, despite all of that, we are still ahead in damage. Oh, now we can even smite the monsters on him when we want to. Can't block, that's fine. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, and we still have 4 left. So let's scale the heights. So now we can block the brush fire, and if he buffs it up, we smite it. Feels good. And yeah, we save the Meso Links. We don't need to play it now. We'd like to smite the brush fire. Now here he's binding something that's a threat to that. Mutual to each opponent. Alright. That's fine. Oh, he pulled back the Ballad Good Recovery. That's pretty smart. Alright. Well, we're going to smite that then instead. My turn. No double block kills here. He has to block at least once. We could just know here. So he has to use the Dauntless Survivor. Yep. Here's the question. Do we binding the Brushfire? No. Brushfire is not enough of a threat. You can only deal like 4 damage. He'd have to play like so many lands. So many lands. Yep. Go ahead. You can deal 4 damage to me. You still have 8 damage to go through. If he only has the Brushfire... Because, yeah, this one, if it doesn't get blocked, he dies. If he blocks this, then if he doesn't block the other 2, he dies. Take the 4. That's fine. Okay. There we are. That felt good. Alright. Yep, we are the control deck. And we have the control despite the land... Like, land flood is good for us. And that's something most decks cannot say. Ooh, and we have this in our... So yeah, I'm still trying to get all the cards, and so that's a really good card to get. So I'm happy to get Binding of the Old Gods. Ooh. Yeah, it's a destroy spell that then ramps. Oh, hey, look, that's actually what Yasharn kind of is. It's... Well, except that one puts it right into play. So it's actually a ramp, not a deck filter. Like, Yasharn is basically 4 mana, 4/4, draw 2 cards. Like, Yasharn is a bomb. No, it's not a bomb. It's just hyper efficient and really good for its... Yeah, it's just so hyper efficient, it might as well be a bomb. Alright. Alright, we get a Shambler into Marasa Root Grazer. Into a Messalynx and start tapping the Shambler. Sounds good. Opponent goes first, that's okay. We want a Root Grazer before we Shambler. I mean, we want a Root Grazer before we start committing to tapping the Shambler. So... It's okay. Ooh. Yeah, I love putting a +1/+1 counter on the Root Grazer, because it turns into a 3/4, which is a really good body, but it also, it has Vigilance, and it just helps with so many other things. Alright. So the question is, do we scale the heights, looking for another land? Or do we... Because that also puts a +1/+1 counter on it. I think for now we'll Dauntless. And since it has Vigilance, we'll attack in and scare him. Alright. So this only does basic lands, so unfortunately Colony Ambush cannot be pulled back. Yeah, if we scale the heights, this now becomes a 4/5. He does not have white, which means he cannot... Also put a +1/+1 counter, so I'm pretty sure that doesn't even work. I have a feeling he's not in a good spot, and he knows it now. Alright. I mean, it was on the card. Alright. I think we save the Colony Ambush for next turn to kill a Core Celebrant. And we save that 1 mana to put +1/+1 counter on it. On the Swarm Shambler. Alright. Alright, with him gaining life. Yep, and Swarm Shambler keeps getting bigger. Ooh, so here's a kind of interesting play. So, well, it starts with us attacking with a Ranger, as always. I could Vastwood Surge to play the lands, then I could return 1 land to my hand so that I have another land to buff Swarm Shambler. The thing is, I could just Colony Ambush one of these Core Celebrants and have a Swarm Shambler up. Which is better. I think this is better because he's mana ruined, so any tempo is valuable. So, yep. Alright, so we're going to let that resolve, and as it resolves, before these go through, kill that so he doesn't deal any damage to me. Yep, resolve all. Alright, and it's so important he had to bring it back. Alright. Now Swarm Shambler is a 4/4. I think it's time to start swinging with the Swarm Shambler. And with that 5th land, we play him in Kindiox, so he can't even block. And so next turn we could bounce a land, play it immediately, then Vastwood Surge to tap down all of his creatures, and we win the game. So that was it's a short run. Yep, we know it's going to lose some life. That's fine. Alright, my turn. Alright. Return target basic land to my hand. Alright. Play it. Woo! Everything's going a lot better this time. And like, this is... So it seems like the way you do good in this format, and that's why I figured out, with us not having enough time to figure it out, is to build a deck where getting mana flooded is what you want to happen. That's the special thing you gotta do here. That's why Kicker is so important. That's why those tap lands are good, because they are more lands in your deck. So you go 17 lands plus those guys. Like, Opponent goes first, but we do not have our play, really. Yeah, we don't have any plays. We'd have to draw green, and I'm not going to... I do not bank on those things. Opponent kept a hand of 7. Alright. Sucks to have you at the bottom, sir, but... Can't have you on top right now. Alright. Well, we'll have a spare supplies on 2. We know that our very last card is 10 damage, but it's our very last card, unfortunately, so... Alright. 2 mana, 3/2. Good for him. Definitely wish to play a creature, but at least we have a removal. Are we going to Nahiri's Binding this freaking squid? No, we're going to Binding the Skycat. The Skycat is much more threatening. Alright. And just stopping that damage now is preferable. Yep. This card's good. It's just a 2-mana 3/2 basically. Like, the penalty isn't a penalty. Alright, well this can at least block the Skyclave Squid. And then the Shepherd of Heroes can block the Expedition Diviner. Yep. Right now it's just recovering. Because of that the spare supplies, we are ahead on value, but we are behind on tempo. Yeah, I will take this trade. Thank you, sir. If you pump, then the pump's gone at least. Ooh, turn timber. Question is, what is more important, to smite the monstrous or to play the shepherd? So the shepherd stops this, but then I take 5 here. Yeah, I think the shepherd is more important to play now. Because here's the thing, it puts pressure. He can't tackle this Expedition Diviner. We need to kill the Diviner before he gets another wizard. Ooh, that's a good. But this is why we have Rabid Bite and Smite. And this is the theme. Now that we did it this way, we can Rabid Bite and Smite. So... And we definitely want to do that. So right now, we are actually going to Smite right now instead of later to make sure he doesn't have a counterspell ready. Because that 5-mana 5/4 will kill us. His tempo would destroy us. And yes, I'm really happy that I just binded the Skycat Earth. There's sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. He's just going to keep this guy tapped down, basically. And we are going to make sure none of the damage gets through, because that's a serious issue if we let it. He is going to have us tapped down. We do not want to take the risks. Ooh. Good for him. Alright. Royal Mage does not win him the game unless he has a buff to go along with it. He is going to spend 3 mana to tap down my Shepherd of Heroes and draw a card. And basically he's going to get 4 damage off of that tap. Unless we draw a creature. Which means he only needs to get 1 damage somewhere to win the game. Which is really good for him, but we could come back. All we need to do is draw a creature. Which we should have enough creatures, and if we don't have creatures, we have removal spells, so... Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. If he has at least 1 land in there, then we're equivalent on land drops. Just trying to think what he needs to do. Either that, or he had the buff spell and he's hitting himself for not playing it. Ah. Wizard. Yep. Alright. So he's just dumping his hand. We're keeping ourselves not dead. Alright, we're going to be at 1 health, and he's at 23. But it looks like we're about to be at equal footing. But we're not in a good spot. We're just going to be blunt, we are not in a good spot. Oh, there it is. We did not have tempo. He did. He took advantage of his tempo. Good man. It was us not getting our 2-drop. That was really the cause of this, honestly. Which I know sounds absurd, but that's really how important it is. We played on curve as much as possible. He had tempo. He played on curve proper. Like, we played on curve as much as possible. He actually played on curve. That's the difference. Dark Kindness. Alright, we have a Survivor into a Sproutling. We have a Smite if we draw more lands. And we draw more lands. Don't you worry about that. Don't you me worry. We have the Crack Plate, which will be a 7-drop finisher should we get there. And he's mulliganing. That's good for us. If we can do a second time, we are suddenly at card advantage. We are at strict card advantage. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Most people do not mull to 5. We always play the Force first, so that if we draw another Force, we can give him as little information as possible. We did not draw another Force, that's fine. And we are playing this as just a 3-3 because we only have one card to kick with it. And we need the 3-drop more than we need a second Vastwood Surge. I am happy to trade this 2-2 for your 1-1. Prevent a Rabid Bite. And get my 3-3 safe and sound. I'm not playing for pressure, I'm playing for control. So, controlling his Death Toucher is valuable. So we both feel like we won that trade, and that's the important part. Everyone's that comes out a winner. I have a Smite in my hand. We have a Baloth behind it. So, if we get mana flooded, which is common with this deck, we get a Crack Plate. If we don't get mana flooded, then we have plays, because we have more than enough land to play anything else we draw. And so I always play... So here's the thing, you're supposed to wait till after you attack to play. The reason I play first whenever they're tapped out, whenever there's actively no penalty, is to make them think I don't know that, and make them think that if I'm waiting, I actually have a trick. Though it has the issue where play like an idiot, you now have a natural habit of playing like an idiot. Not gonna deny that. Not gonna deny that. I mean, now that I think about that, Reclaim the Waste is a draw 2. It's a draw 2 duds, but it's draw 2. It is a draw 2. I cannot deny that. I should consider that for the future, that it's a draw 2. This is just a 2-2 Vigilance. I don't need lifelink anyways. So yeah, if I either... So now I either draw land or I draw gas. And if I draw land, I get super gas. That sounds weird. That sounds like stomach aches. Alright? Let me look at the revealed cards. Thank you. He got nothing. Alright. Well, we have the pressure. We're just going to keep applying pressure. I don't care that he kills the 3-3. Because he's going to kill the 3-3. And if he plays a big scary body, we smite it. And if we draw a land, we crag and we win. Yep, that's the big scary body. Oh, you may? Alright. Alright, there we are. Yeah, now that I look at it, 6 mana, 6/5. Very important. Very important. But yeah, that's basically, we just did the same thing to him that our last opponent did to us. We tempoed, they played on curve, but we played curve. We played the curve. Alright. Alright, so last game, if we win, we go 7 wins. If we don't win, we go 6 wins. Like, this is it. This next game is our last game, no matter what. Alright. So, where are we banking on? We're banking on a 60% chance at a plus 60% chance at a pack, and plus, So here's the thing. We spent 750 gems to enter, and we're gaining 850 gems. We've already won. Alright? That's what I look at. That's what I look at. We've already won gems and a pack. and then sometimes an additional pack. And hey, guess what? We might just win 100 gems, and that additional pack is guaranteed. How beautiful is that? Yeah, we got 3 drafts on this format. I think we started to figure it out a bit. We ended up playing green all 3 of our times, unfortunately. That we didn't get much variety. I apologize for people that were looking for variety. But yeah, after that, we'll see what the next draft format is. In addition, I might start spending my themes for Kaldheim, so that could happen as well. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, we have Swarm Shambler into Tajuru, tap the Swarm Shambler. I think that's fine. If we draw a land, we scale. We do not have the strongest churn. Like, if we do not draw lands, we're in trouble. But if we draw lands, which we've had a habit of drawing lands, we have an amazing hand. We have an amazing hand. And Swarm Shambler... Oh, and he mulled. He mulled again. Alright, we have on... So this is not an on-curve hand, but him mulliganing like that makes us really happy. Oof. Oof. This is going to be good. This could be really good, at the very least. We have card advantage, and we have tempo advantage. Now, of course, Swarm Shambler isn't a very tempo-y card. You want to sit back and buff up. But... Alright, that's fine. We can scale the heights, actually upgrading the banneret. So we can scale the heights, upgrading the banneret, attack with a bigger, scarier creature. Or we can just Rabid Bite, poison that, and swing in. Now, I want to do this to draw a card. This seems a little weird, but it's, I mean, it's poisonous. And then we have a 2-2 that's about to become a 3-3. If he attacks, I'm giving him at 1 damage. I'm not going to fall for a combat trick. I'm going to let the Swarm Shambler keep growing. And I'm going to tap, make sure that my white stays up. Because there is a buff spell in white that's scary. Alright. Swarm Shambler just keeps getting bigger and bigger. That should be scary for him. Alright. Yep, he had nothing. And even if he played something, it was about to get Rabid Bited for 4. Possibly 5 if I tapped it first. And I was going to play a Cleric. Like, yeah, I think we had that in the back. When he mulled to 5, he was in a bad spot, and then his creature, that 1/2s, that's the problem that I did with the acquisition, with the 2-mana 1/2 that makes them discard card. The reason it's important that they did, that it basically goes even already, is because 1/2s don't trade well in this format. Everything's like a 2/2, usually. So that 1/2 could not trade well with our situation. So, okay, so I feel a lot better, because we refunded, got 200 gems with it, and 2 booster packs. Alright, that feels a lot better. That feels a lot better. After that last one, I will say, after going 0-3, going 7-2 feels a lot better. Ooh, Crawling Barrens. Pretty nice card. Nahiri's Binding also. Thank you, Nahiri's Binding. You did good. The Light Blade did his job in the end. Kargan Intimidator beat a game on us. Alright. So it's Warrior... Okay, so it's only Kargan Intimidator gets +1/+1, or Warrior gains Trample. That's where I misunderstood. That's what I misunderstood. Okay. Okay. Also, of course, best text, cowards can't block warriors. Everyone loves that text. Note there, as far as I understand, there's only 1 creature that's been placed as a coward, like, description. Alright. And we got... Ooh, Essica's Chariot is actually a really good green card. Because keep in mind, it's a 4-mana 4/4. And, when it enters the battlefield, it makes the cats that can crew it. And then when it attacks, you could get another cat. Basically, it's a 4-mana 4/4 that leaves behind a 4/4, that leaves behind a 6/6 power, 6/6 in power. Like, Essica's Chariot's really good. Alright, and why is Mastery glowing? Mastery Tree. Ah, I can start increasing stuff here. Not right now. Not right now. Alright. Well, whew. 2 drafts today. I really didn't want to end on that 0-3. So, 2 drafts today, and I felt good about them. Oh, well, I felt good about that last one. That one definitely picked me up after that. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.